Let's get started to demo. So I have created one application .NET Blazor Hybrid App. Okay, and in this session we'll learn like how we can create a one app with all the functionality like insert, update, delete for the Windows, for the Android, and for the web app. Okay, so let's see the functionality as well. See, it is a window like one I try to add. Let me add some blog. It's a fake. So once I create it, see, the blog is created. Same for Android. So let me create for something 1 2 3. Okay, just created. So let me check for Android, it is created. Okay, same things for web application. Okay, let me create something. See, it is created. Okay, so see, every functionality is working for add. Now check it to for edit. Okay, so let me click any of the edit. Okay, so let me change 1 2 3. Just update 1 2 3. Yes, see, it is updated as well. Go to mobile app, just update to entity framework 1 2 3. Just update. Yeah, it is entity framework. Yeah, it is updated. Okay, same for here for web application. Let me add it for the C sharp entity framework 1 2. Just try to see. Yes, it is updated. Okay, so that add update, it's working. Now see the behavior of the delete. Okay, let me delete that one. Yes, it is a confirmation box. Let me check for Android. Yes, it is giving the same confirmation box. Let me for web. Yes, this is same confirmation box. Let me yes, put an yes, put an yes. So it is delete for Windows, for Android, for web application with same component. Okay, now let me check for view. Yes, it is rendering the new page of view. Same things for Android as well, same things for web application as well. Okay, so those are things we'll implement in this session, complete session, right? Also we'll create a project structure as well. We'll set up the project structure. For example, this. Okay, we'll create a project setup for web application, project setup for .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid App. Okay, and also we'll create a shared library. Okay, so and so we'll create it for this session. Create a new project. I'll show you how we can achieve these things in a here. So keep tuning. And before proceeding, I especially recommend if you new to .NET MAUI, so go to my channel, which is I shared in this video description. You can check out and learn like how .NET MAUI is working. So because .NET MAUI is very important to understand, like, okay, before proceeding this session. Okay, so see, there is a, okay, let me remove that filter. Okay, so once you open your Visual Studio and create a new project, you will see many template. Okay, so let me choose over here directly under MAUI. Okay, and there is a no .NET MAUI app and .NET MAUI Blazor app. So this is called actually .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid App. Okay, so let me create this one and call it to .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid. Okay, and next, and choose is the framework. So I will choose in 7, which is installed in my machine. But yeah, I think it is allowed 6.0 as well. So it is introduced 6.0 as well, no issue. So let me create that one. Meanwhile, creating app. Okay, and also restore the dependency, because first restore, it will create and restore the dependency, because there is a many dependencies. So it will restoring, it will take some time. So let me understand. Okay, so what is actually Blazor Hybrid App. Okay, so in the Blazor Hybrid App, Razor component run natively on the device. Component render to in embedded web view, controlled through a local interrupt channel, and components do not run the browser. In WebAssembly isn't involve Razor component load and execute code quickly, and component have fully access to the native capability of the device through the .NET platform. Component style render a web view are platform dependent, are many required you account for rendering difference across platform using custom style sheet. Okay, so if you go to the okay, so I'll also explain like architecture of that, but it is a very similar to our .NET MAUI. So again, I especially recommend to you, please proceed first that .NET MAUI, because that is very helpful to understand, .NET MAUI Blazor hybrid app. Okay, so if you go see, this is a web view. Okay, so everything render, on our component, our share component, or we can say like our native component, it will render using a web view. Okay, and also it will, if you go to .NET MAUI, MAUI.program.cs, actually see they using a .NET MAUI Blazor web view, which is not using in our .NET MAUI. Okay, so that is a new over here. Okay, so Blazor hybrid app with this .NET MAUI, and I'll little bit more explain about that. Like Blazor hybrid support is built into the .NET multi-platform app .NET MAUI framework. Okay, so which is you can see is a platform, so it is actually multi-platform app supported as well. And .NET MAUI include Blazor web view, okay, which is I show you in an example. Okay, so Blazor web view control that permit rendering Razor component into an embedded view by using .NET MAUI and Blazor together. You can reuse set of the web view control across mobile, desktop, and web view, which is I'll show you in a later, not a later, but in this session as well. Okay, so this video can be little bit long, because there is a many things actually will do over here, while first .NET MAUI web Blazor application will created over here. So there's a many concepts, so that's why I'm trying to do everything we will cover for the initial level, then we'll go to advanced level. Everything will do from the scratch. Okay, so that is enough for overview. Okay, so let me run this application. Okay, so I have let me open this application in a window first. Okay, now see, the in our application it's running on the window, and it is a default template. Okay, so we'll change actually this all the template, and this is a template, but I'll call the component from our shared component, which is we'll use for both, like in our Android web, and also Android, Windows, everywhere. So as of now, this is for a special over here, whatever pages and all the logic, everything is over here. But yeah, I'll move it to from here over to our shared component, so that we can reuse for this component for everywhere. Okay, so but as of now, see, it is working fine as expected. Like see, there's a counter component, it is working, and also it is a fetch the data. It is a home component also. These are all the code we are written over here, simply C sharp along with HTML. Okay, so this is called a Razor component. Okay, so every component see. Okay, let me run on that in Android application. So after that, I'll explain that every that structure, or all the project structure and that files. Okay, so let me choose that Android app, means Android emulator. I have only two things, like window or Android, because it is a window machine. But yeah, if we have that setup of iOS, so we can run our application iOS, Mac, you know many platform actually. Okay, finally it's deployed. Okay, and see, this is our Blazor hybrid app, same app which is we saw in window. And if you go to counter, it's working. If you go to fetch details, so it is a fetch the details. Okay, so we'll change also, platform specific navigation. Okay, for the window is separate, and that we will set at the bottom this for the Android, and will window, it should be tab on the top. Okay, that will set up also in this session. Oh, don't worry. But yeah, so see, it is working as expected. Let me open that one also, for side by side. So see, this is window, this is Android. Okay, so both are application working as a separately. Okay, so this is a very nice flexibility, give us this Blazor web hybrid application MAUI. And also will create web Blazor web application, so that we can use also that one. Okay, so what I can do first I'll explain actually how is the project architecture. Okay, so it is very simple. First is a MAUI program.app. Okay, it is a some create a builder. Okay, and after that builder, you use the MAUI and call it the app, main app class. Okay, and if you go to that app class, if you go to the app class, see, this is app class. Inside the code behind file, you will see this app class call into our main page. So if you go to your main page, okay, so where is your main page? This is your main page. Okay, so this is call in your main page, and this is actually set the default layout, or it is set at a route data, whatever routing we are using. Like, okay, so if we are getting any route, so it will show it. If it is not getting any route, so it will show, okay, this route is not found. Okay, defined. Okay, so such kind of flow over here. And once it's get, so definitely here is a some some shared library as well. Like, okay, see, this it is called default layout is a main layout. Okay, so if you go to main layout, so this main layout actually it's called layout component base. Okay, and here is that body, whatever your route data render, that render data will be appearing over here. Okay, and it is again we calling as a nav view. Okay, this nav view actually, if you go to that nav view, so this is here the nav view, and here we define actually which route, or page should be render. Okay, so once I click on the counter, so this counter page will render. When I click this uh, fetch data, so fetch data will be now render. Okay, and these all the flow, and I think this is are covered. Okay, and this is a main page already I explained. This is using the web view. Okay, and if you go to resource, okay, so this is a resource folder, will contain font, image, everything, like a splash screen as well. Okay, which is first time it's getting populated, showing that that is a splash screen. Also, if you go to platform, so this is a platform folder which is contain all the platform specific things like Android, iOS, Mac, and a Tizen, which is actually new introduced. Okay, and Windows as well. Okay, and one thing actually, if you know that .NET MAUI, so definitely I'll not need to explain one more time, but yeah, I'll show you one more time. So see, every Android, every platform actually call their main application, and this main application call is the mau.program.mau class. Okay, if you go to definition implementation, so see, it is called our main MAUI program.cs file. Okay, so that's why actually it is working. In .NET MAUI is working like every platform has a commonly use that main MAUI.program.cs file, so that actually whatever runtime call your platform, so it is called this one, and then everything will use. Okay, that is a very nice flexibility give us to .NET MAUI. Okay, and this is container page, whatever page we are using. Okay, and this is just sample data. Okay, we'll create a class, and based on the service we are rendering data to our about this fetch data. Okay, so see, this fetch data calling it is a Blazor concept. If you don't know, so I especially recommend one more time, go to my channel. I create, the Blazor, how is the Blazor working, like insert, update, delete, navigation and component render, and navigation to one component to another component, everything actually explained. So you go and check out like how inject the service, how inject the navigation, so everything I explained. So see, this is injecting via service, and based on the injecting, I'll call that, method, and that get the data and just populate it. Okay, so this is a binding concept of Blazor in Razor, in Blazor, Razor component. Okay, so this all also there's a folder of babroot. Okay, so babroot is contain basically CSS and your main CSS file, and some icon, and it is actually, this is a startup of your index.html. Okay, so this is a startup file, so which is actually contain your, some JavaScript, some style, and so on. So okay, so this is actually all over that architecture of MAUI Blazor Hybrid App. Okay, and also see, it is a dependency of that Android, iOS, Mac, Windows, etc. Okay, okay, so let me move it to start. Let me stop this one. Okay, and so let me, okay, let me create first, go to page. So let me create first actually the native essential. So that native essential work for everything, like I not need to define for, Android, I not to define for Windows. So how's that native things is working? So let me start that from first. Okay, so okay, so what need to do here, first I'll just create, a button. Okay, let me get that code. I don't want to write a code because it will take a time to complete this session. Okay, so I create a button. Okay, this is a normal HTML syntax, and I need to write some code inside the code block. So this is a concept of Razor component. There's HTML and code block. Okay, and inside that I need to create a method. Okay, let me copy that method and paste it over. See, now I'll use that, .NET MAUI network connectivity. Okay, this is actually a native essential of, that Android, and if you go to Xamarin Form, so definitely you have to use that one is for a different platform. But here .NET MAUI give us, great flexibility. You can just use that essential .NET MAUI package, and this will work for, everywhere, like your .NET, your Android, your Windows, and etc, like whatever platform we have. Okay, everywhere it will work. So let me save it, and let me run and check it is working or not, as per our expectation. Let me first for, Android. Okay, this is a flash screen. Okay, see, there's a check button, and once you click, see, you are true, status is true, because I set is okay, what is the connectivity type, so it is saying true, and also it is a Wi-Fi. Okay, so let me close to Wi-Fi to cellular data, or just uh, let me stop this one. Okay, so connectivity just stop so that we can check it. Okay, now what is saying, see, it is unknown, that means it is working perfectly. Okay, so it is native essential, it's working from here. As well as if you just let me revert back whatever we have done. Okay, so that is done. Okay, same thing, just open in window. Okay, let me open in a window. Okay, run and check it, like that is working for there as well or not, because uh, it is provide a .NET MAUI packages, so it should be work for everywhere. Okay, now see, same things is getting over here as well. Check internet, see, it is a Wi-Fi. Or if I stop, or let me let me flight mode in this our laptop network and then check. See, okay, I think it is not proper. Okay, now I just close my connection. Okay, see, it is unknown. Okay, and then once I revert back flight mode to Wi-Fi, it should be okay. It will take some time. Okay, it's still not connected. Yeah, now it's connected my things. Okay, now see, it is Wi-Fi. Okay, so that is done for native part. Okay, let me go that another concept. Okay, so now uh in previous see okay, let me close this guy and go to main dot page. Okay, so see, this is as of now the navigation actually working for you know that is a common for everywhere, like, so that we don't want, because every platform has a their own look and feel, right? So that how we can achieve it. So it is very simple, like you can do just use the content page to tab page. Okay, this is tab page, it is changed to tab page. Okay, and once you change to tab page, it is not working because in the tab page also record that contain page. Okay, so let me contain page. Inside that content page, you just render over here and give it the title. Okay, whatever title of that content page. So let me title it is, I just call that home page. Okay, like home or index. I think index is fine. Okay, this is fine. Also, one thing we need to do. Okay, it is complaining something. Okay, no issue, leave it as of now. We can remove it as well, no issue. And see, it is called to like hybrid app, but yeah, what I need to call, I need to call this pages. Okay, so how we can do that? We can do that, let we have to reference, we have to set that reference. It's called as a view, and then call it to page. Okay, see, this is a page. When you tab, we have this views. Okay, and then change it to local to view, and you able to see all the component here. See all the pages over here. So see what we have to call here, index page we have to call. Similar, we have to copy and paste one two. Okay, because we have as of now three page. So let me copy three time and just change it to this to counter, and this to what do you call, yeah, fetch data. Okay, so that is done. Okay, and yeah, let me run one more time. I am expecting some error. Okay, just because, yeah, see, it is saying it is main page inheriting to content page, because we remove that content page, right? We using content page to tab page, so that need to change over here. That's why it's complaining. So let me change it to tab page. Okay, tab page, that is done. And one more thing actually is saying error. So yes, so this is we have to remove. Actually, see, this is common, I use for the common for everywhere. So let me close, let me remove that guy, because that we don't want over here. Okay, let me run our application in window first and see how look like. Okay, now see, we have changed the there is to tab, but yeah, still index. Okay, I think we haven't changed. See, it is working fine. Index page, its counter also working fine, but I think I have to change this too, because see, I did not change to title. So this is called to counter, and this is called to fetch data. Okay, or we call it to fetch. I think hot reload should work. I need to not run again. Yeah, see, it is working. It is hot reload also working, and it is expected. Okay, and let me see this one in our Android as well. Okay, so let me change it to Android. Okay, now see, it is tab, but I think we have to change something, because this is Android and that is window. It is look like similar, but yeah, we have to change specific to window and Android. So how we can do that? It is very easy. Let me do that part. So what need to do again, just you have to reference of this and set it to Android. Okay, there's a flexibility actually give that, and just call to control. Okay, so what control you have to call? You have to call that Android control. Okay, Android. Okay, so this is one, like MAUI control platform configuration Android specific. So once you set up, okay, what you need to do, you just set up that Android. I just misspell out Android. I guess that should be, but that is up to you, whatever you want. Okay, and it should be tab page. Okay, use the tab page, and there is so many options to do that. Okay, there's option to swipe paging enable. It's smooth scrolling up, and tab placement. So let me tab placement for the Android, and you can set everything like for Android, for Windows, whatever you think. So I just put it to bottom. So let me put it to bottom and save it. Okay, let me open, and I think hot reload this time will not work. Okay, so try one more time. If should work. No, nothing. So let me stop, run more time. Okay, now see, our thing is down. Okay, is the bottom, and window is on top. Okay, it is bottom, it is top. So that is fine, that is done. Okay, and one more thing I have to explain over here. I need to show you, like yes. So see, as of now we are calling razor component only, right? Means only razor component, but yeah, here is a mismatch concept over here. Like we can use our native control as well, like native control, native pages also we can call it. So let me call that one. Let me add you know that XAML page. Okay, and go to .NET MAUI contain, .NET MAUI contain pages, and it should be called it as a test page, or yeah, it's called a test page. Okay, so this is a very uh, simple page of .NET MAUI, that content page. It is just a label over here. So let me add something like, let me add some native button, a native control. So let me call a button text, and this is native button. Okay, and let me close this guy. Also will use some other native control, for example checkbox. Okay, and also we'll use some view. Okay, or we can say what is the name actually, forget that one. That is called actually switch. Okay, so use that switch, whatever control you want to use, so you can use it. It is just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so let me stop that guy. Okay, and once you create, okay, what need to do, how you can call, you can go to your main dot pages. Okay, and here directly you can call over here that views. Okay, views dot test page. See, this is test page already available there. Save it. Okay, and let me run this guy. Okay, now it's running. Okay, in my Android, and see, I added new test pages. Okay, and also see the native control is working as expected. Okay, and but yeah, some looking that looking not good, just because see, I use I think default using default style for that content page, that .NET MAUI. So what I can do, I can just change the style. So that style I can change from, for example, we can use some background actually. So let me use that background, and also we can use that resource. Okay, and it is called dynamic resource, which is we using already in our application, and just primary text color. Okay, so I set it byte. So let me save and see. Not this guy. See, now it's gone. And if you go to fetch, if you control in next, okay, so now it is working as a native control as well. Okay, so there is a mismatch concept, so that need to know like how we can use actually in a razor component as well as native control in this Blazor hybrid app. Okay, so next things what I need to do, see, all are the component over here, logic here, but yeah, the concept of that MAUI app Blazor, actually we don't need to write specific logic inside that application. Okay, with that not in MAUI Blazor hybrid application. What need to do, we have to create, let me stop that guy, so that actually we have to create a common razor library. Okay, so that I can use those pages and those component over in our all the platform, like that our all the Android, iOS, Mac, everywhere we can use it. Okay, and same things we can use in our web view. So let me create a first our web application. So add new project, let me call it to .NET MAUI Blazor app. Okay, .NET MAUI Blazor, not a Blazor app, it's called a Blazor WebAssembly app. Okay, there's a two app you can write, like Blazor WebAssembly, or you can use Blazor server. So as of now I'll use that Blazor WebAssembly. Okay, and it is called Blazor WebAssembly. Okay, and next choose it to 7, and also just remove that https, we don't require over here, and just run. Okay, so now see, we have a web application. So as of now it is also a same architecture, structure of that WebAssembly project. Okay, which is already I described in my previous session, or that's Blazor server, Blazor series. If you new for this concept as well, so if you go, I especially recommend to you go to there and just check out. Okay, but yeah, let's see, let run this application and see what is there. So let me run. I think it is same default template. Okay, but I'll show you like how we can use that the common component to uh, in our Android window, and see, this is the same template. Okay, but what I will do, I'll just use this this component like this, all the logic or all the things will, we have to use that web as well as our Android and window. Okay, so how we can do that, let me create a shared library first. Okay, so add new and call it to razor class library. Okay, let create and just call it to shared razor class library for all. Okay, and next set it to 7, create. Okay, now see, there's a component, there's a just give us the default component. Okay, let me try first this default component so that you can understand. Okay, for the basic, from the basic, like how's that shared component is working for both like web and as well as here. So let me open the page of index page. Okay, and before before write the component over here, what you need to do, you have to just reference add that shared component. So add reference, and this is your shared comp library, so just add over here. Okay, for this web Blazor web application. Okay, and now just call to that component. So let me call component. So see, this is our component, and just run so that you can understand okay what we're trying to actually understand. Okay, see, this component is calling over here. So this is web, and let me open to Android. Oh, okay, so before let the open that, just stop, because we have to do same thing like whatever we did in web Blazor no, web application. So again need to add the reference of that library. First you have to add that library and go to your pages and go to the index pages and just call your component. Okay, so this is your component, and let me call it and let run. Okay, now see our Android application running. Okay, and that component also available here. Okay, and if you go, existing one also working as expected. Okay, okay, let me open this into window as well. Okay, so that we can make sure all the shared component is working for every platform. Okay, so let me open as a window. See, the component is loaded, and also that native things also working. Okay, and everything is working. So now what I will do, see, this is a common logic, means common page. So I'll just it is for it is for that MAUI hybrid application as well as Blazor application. So what I need to do, I just trying to do like we'll move to this component stuff. Like see, this is a common component, right? So means common implementation. Okay, so that I'll move it to our shared component. Okay, so that you can understand okay in real project how will we use that one. Okay, so I'll move it to that one from here, so that I'll use that component to everywhere, like in our hybrid app, all the platform as well as our web application. Okay, so that how we can do that, let me create a new component. Okay, let's in the shared library add a razor component and call it to, it's called like weather, like okay, weather component, and just add that weather component. Okay, this is nothing as of now, so remove that one or keep it to just weather. Okay, and go to your fetch data. Okay, copy everything from here. Okay, except this that route, cut from here. See, I clean this one. Okay, and I move it to weather component, paste it over here. Okay, there's a some reference issue, we'll fix it, not issue. And weather forecast. Okay, let me use that weather forecast. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to see there is a one folder, this call as a data folder inside over here. So this is actually implementation that component. Okay, so what I need to do, just cut from here, or just cut from here and move it to here as well. Okay, paste. Okay, now see, it's there, and let's see our components. Any complaining? No, there's no complaining, everything is working fine. Okay, and one thing what need to do, okay, so the component is ready. Okay, this component is ready, and how we will do, how we'll use that one. Okay, so let me check. Okay, see, there's nothing in this MAUI app, Blazor hybrid app. There's nothing in this here, but what I need to do, I need to just call that component. So what is our component name? It is a weather. So this weather component, just call that weather component over here. Same I need to call here. Okay, let me remove that guy as well. Everything, just remove it. Okay, just call it to here. That's it. Okay, and one more thing we have to do actually, because that we using some service. Okay, so if you show you, okay, so the see, we use that, we have inject a service. Okay, so concept is dependency injection. Like if you use any, if you inject any service, so you have to resolve that dependency injection resolver with the DI. Okay, so that need to set in your both app, like web app, also your now Blazor hybrid app. So where you have to do, so that one is there. Okay, because it was already is there, so that one you need to keep it. But yeah, in Blazor web app I don't think it will there. Okay, so that need to do, what need to do, just you have to register over here. That's it. Okay, so we have create a component and we use that to here as well, and we use for that MAUI application as well. Okay, and let me run and see. Let me run first in a window. So it should be same whatever we saw in previously. Okay, so okay, so yeah, now see, this is that window. Okay, okay, the window, and if you go to fetch, so see, as expected our data is getting populated. Okay, we'll also try to debug, and we'll see also, not an issue, how's our data is getting populated. Okay, and now close this one and open our app. Okay, so this one, so let me open in Android as well, like that is working as Android as well or not. Let me check out. Okay, finally run our application, and let me go to check counter fetch. See, data is populating. Okay, so that is a very nice flexibility to use the shared component, to in your hybrid app as well as in your web application. So let me check in web as well, because we haven't checked in the web. So let me change to our web application in WebAssembly app. Let me run the web as well. Now go to fetch detail. See, the data is there. Okay, without just we have used the skeleton. Okay, so our application will be used as a just skeleton, whatever our look feel required, and that's it. But everything we can use in our common shared library, and that we can just reference on our in our web as well as in our .NET MAUI hybrid application. Okay, so that very easily we can create our app for everywhere, right? So like uh, for example, like see, open that. Okay, so see, this one like is getting populating direct from shared library. Also if you open here, so this one also is getting populating from that for the Android. Okay, and let me open for window as well. Okay, see, this one getting populating for here as well. Okay, so one app, you know one code base things, one shared library, you can very nice flexibility in .NET MAUI hybrid app. You can use it for any platform. Okay, so this is same example which is we did in last time. Okay, so first we what need to do, first we have to create some shared library over here, or also just reuse component. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all what need to do, actually we need to create some service. Okay, so just temporary service so that we can get the data. Okay, so let me create one folder, for example blog. Okay, inside this data just create a blog folder. Okay, inside this blog actually I'll create one service. Okay, so let me create a service. Okay, let me create a first up interface so that we can achieve that insert, update, delete everything. Okay, so let me create iBlog service. Okay, make it to interface. Okay, public interface, sorry, public interface. Okay, and whatever we want to declare method over here, so need to assign over here, like for example this. Okay, we have to implement this service like get all and get by id, uh, create, update and delete. Okay, also we have to create one entity. Okay, that blog entity. So where I will create inside this blog folder. Okay, just create a one. This is the similar things we covered actually in few of the session actually. So if please go through, if you come, if visit first time, so please go to my channel and see these kind of things I already implement and given very great details. But I'm not going to very great details, but yeah, just create a blog entity. Okay, inside the blog entity, what I need to do, I will just pass some id, some property, like this block can contain id, name, description, author, title, url. Okay, so that is done. Make it public as well. Okay, so don't get confused, we can remove as well is this kind of things. This one actually we put some for that validation, so as of now we are not doing any validation, so remove that one. And also just formatting that things. Okay, so this is done. Okay, this is done, blog also done. And now we have to implement of that interface. Okay, so how we can do that, just create a implementation class, blog service. Okay, just inject over here iBlog service, make it public, and also just implement interface. Okay, so these are done. Okay, also we'll create some in memory object. Okay, so that we can get those data and things. Okay, so let me create a constructor and create a constructor and just adding some in this constructor, create a private field. Okay, so that we can create we can use a in memory list of that blog, and we can generate some fake entity over here. Okay, for example like this. Okay, this is fake entity. I'm just going to explain. See, this is a create a blog, create a list of blog of property field, private field, and then we have to assign over here, create a new list, and inside the list we have just mentioned some data like id, name and description, also url. Okay, this is very simple. And same things what need to do, once it's created we have to implement one by one. Like for example, first we'll implement get by blocks. Okay, get all, get alls. Okay, means this means it will returning that all the data of this list, so return that underscore block list. Okay, so this is done. And also why is complaining me, it's complaining me because it is saying this is a blog or it is a generic. Okay, so what need to do in this case, we have to do some list. Okay, okay, we actually put some async, so that we can avoid this, because this is a async method actually. So because we using task, okay, so in this task definitely we have to use that async and await things, okay. And if you don't want to async a method, so definitely then you can remove this task things, and then you can remove also async, okay. So yeah, that's fine. And then what need to do, we have to just implement get by block id, okay, simple. So just replace this to this, okay. And also again just use that await async, okay. And okay, that await is not required because it is not a synchronized method. So if you use some asynchronous method, so definitely that time you can just put as a await, okay. And similar kind of implementation for update, like that. So just replace, I'm just not going to detail because I already explained in previous session some of my channel actually, I think. Yeah, some APIs, like how we can create API and how we can create a similar in memory object interface and something like that. So everything I covered, so I'm not going to details over here. Watch my previous session as well. Also I create a one Blazor session, so that Blazor session also we covered everything for this stuff, okay. And then finally we'll update, we'll need to delete, so just delete things, okay. Similar things we have to do over here, async. And then what need to pending, it's create is pending, so just implement that create one, okay. And also don't worry about that code, I'll just share with you in my description in this with the our github link, okay. So that is done, okay. So service part is done. This is not part of this here, but yeah, just I am just creating for that, uh, for understanding purpose, okay. So yeah, the data part is done. Now is the main part is create a component, okay. So how we can create a component, let me create a folder, okay. Let me create a folder like blog, okay. And in this blog we can create a shared folder, so that we can use some shared component, we can keep it shared component, okay. So component, okay, shared component. And in this block we will use some main component, okay. So before starting the main component, I'll create some card, reusable shared card component, okay. So how we can do that, just create a razor component, okay. In this razor component just make it to blog card, okay. And once it's done, okay, then what need to do, we have to require some style, okay. So let me get that style. I already explained in my Blazor application in the startup of the Blazor. So if you don't ava- aware of that, so please watch that one, okay. So let me get that card style, okay. So see, I'm explaining as well, no, don't worry about that, okay. So see, I'll take a div, okay. And this in this div I have also that for each loop, because okay, that part will come in later, okay. So take a div, inside div we have specify in a column, and in this column we have used the card. And in this card actually we have specify some property, like we have to show that name, we have to show that image, we have to show some footers, okay. In this footer, for example, if you see this example, okay, so this is a one card, okay. This one card, like for example row, then column, and this is one card. But what we are doing in this, inside this row, we are repeating actually these columns, like this is column, this is column, this is column, okay. And inside this, see, this is the header part, this is the image part, okay. And this is a footer part. So that's actually I'm trying to over here also. what we need to do over here. Okay, so we have to do some iteration, okay, so that we can repeat based on the sub list. Okay, so whatever component has a list, like suppose we have 10 list of 10 blocks. Okay, so 10 blocks will actually repeating these things, and also will bind all the click event as well as per this card. Okay, though don't worry about that, that will implement here. Okay, and now what need to do, so first we have to create this block list. Okay, so just create. For that, first what need to do, we have to create, we have to set this as a parameter. Okay, so that whatever input property we required in the Blazor application, okay, in the Blazor, so we have to pass as a parameter, so that other computers send it as a parameter. Okay, for this component. Okay, it will allow actually once you mention that parameter, and that will allow this component, reusable component, you can pass it to in parent component. Okay, so that could be a child component then. Okay, so let me create a public, and the list of blog. Okay, so I need to create one more view model over here actually. So because see, whatever we are getting in this service, that is a domain entity. Okay, but what we want to show you over here actually is a domain entity, and this entity should not be same. Okay, this should be a view model, should be a different. Okay, so that's why what need to do, we have to create one view model. Okay, so how we can do that, just create another folder, just create a view model. Okay, inside the view model, just create a block view model. Block view model. Okay, so make it public, and also just specify some property what we have to show in this view. Okay, so yeah, this is done. Then go back to our component. Okay, shared our component here, just pass it to this view model. Okay, then block view model, I guess, block view model, just bring the namespace. Okay, list of the this, and just specify the name. The name you can mention based on this, so I will put in the blocks. Okay, and then we can specify getter and setter. Okay, that is done. So we'll fix this issue. See, the block problem has been solved because we are getting input as a block data, and we have to pass over here, we are iterating through this here, and now finally what need to implement, we have to create some event. Okay, so how we can create an event so that our parent component can call this event. Okay, so that is also concept of that parent child combination. Okay, so that parent can send the data, and whatever the data it's have, that event can send back to the parent. Okay, the input and output parameter. Okay, so it's called just like a, if you aware of Angular, so this is a output parameter. Okay, so how we can achieve that part also, so it is very simple. We have to some callback functions. So first what need to do, we have to create one more parameter. Okay, parameter. Okay, and inside that parameter, if I want to send back to some event, so one need to do, we have to create some, we have to create one property public, and that name is event callback. Okay, so that event callback actually we can pass without there's a two type, the generic type is the non-generic type, so we can pass it a value and non-value as well. Okay, so as per our requirement, we have to pass as a id. Okay, whatever click, so we have this id, this event id we have to pass to the parent. Okay, so that's why we have to pass just integer. Okay, and then we have to specify the name. Okay, actually what is the event. Okay, so we have to create, this is for the view block. So let me call it a view block clicked event. Okay, so like that we have to specify get and set. Okay, so this is done, and then finally we have to invoke this event based on this method. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply just create a private method. Okay, private void, and also just pass it to that method. Okay, and that method without parameter, or just we have to pass that parameter. Okay, because we have to return back to that callback as a parameter. So whatever this method is written as a parameter is integer, so let me pass as an integer id. Okay, and here we have to invoke this view dot invoke whatever id is it, this. Okay, that's it. Okay, similar things we have to do for every, see, the problem is gone. Okay, similar event we have to create for edit, we have to delete. Okay, so let me copy this to 2 time. Okay, just change it to like, edit block click, because this is similar, so that's why I'm copy, and also this is for delete. Okay, so delete also, yeah, delete also, just is a delete confirmation. So let me delete block confirmations. So let is me make it to some difference confirmation, because see, directly we are not able to delete, we just uh, click on delete confirmation, then dialog box will be appearing, and then finally once a user will yes, so then we have to delete. So okay, so that's why we call it a delete block confirmation clicked. Okay, and similar we have to just change it to here, three method, and same things we have to just replace over here. We have to replace the delete confirmation as well, and just change it to like here invoke method as well. So for edit invoked method, and delete for delete invoke method. Okay, so this is also done. Okay, that event creation also done, and one more thing actually. So this is a reusable component. Okay, so based on the reusable component, actually what we'll do, we can show and hide based on this condition. Okay, so what need to do, we have to put some logic so that our component will visible or should not visible based on the input parameter. Okay, so we will create a one property, input property, so that that component should be visible or hide and show based on that parameter. So let me create another parameter so that we can get from that parent component and make it to public boolean. Okay, make it to visible and get and set. Okay, that is done. So see, the list component, that block card list component is generating. Okay, and now how we can use this one, this reusable component in our main component. So let me create the main component. Okay, so that this main component, see, this is a reusable component so that we can use anywhere, and this main component will create so that when can parent component can and the child component. Okay, so let me create a main component. Let's call is blog card block card component. And okay, let's me add simple, nothing we have to do, just whatever component we have created we have to call over here. Okay, how we can do that, It is very simple. What is the component name? Our shareable component name is a block card. Okay, so just pass it to here like block card. See, already is there inside this shared component library, block shared component block card. Okay, one use that tab. See, whatever parameter input output, it is showing me here as well. We have to pass that. Okay, so there is a optional actually. You can pass it, you have not pass it. Okay, it is not mandatory. So for example, uh, first is a list of blocks. Okay, so we will pass the list of blocks. So before that we need to get that list of blocks. So we'll do that. No worries. So let me pass out of every component and every event first. So let me also just get it that one, just edit one. Don't worry, we'll pass that how we can implement that event in this parent component that I'll explain you. Don't worry about that. And also view clicked event, and then finally is for visible. Okay, and then finally close this component. Okay, that is done. Okay, and now what need to do, we have to pass those things, like we have to pass the data. Okay, input data blocks. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply we have create a service. That service need to inject in this parent component, and we have to get the data, and that we have to pass this component, so that that parent component call the child component, and child component retrieve the data over here. Okay, that's why actually in here Blazor actually the create liability give us to reuse your component multiple place. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply what need to do, we have to inject that block service. Okay, so how we can, there is a two way actually. I already explained in my Blazor series, so please watch it there. Okay, simply we can use like that inside that code block, like inject, and then whatever our service, where is our service name, this is iBlock service, so I just inject and just bring the namespace. Okay, and also another ways you can directly use over here as well. Okay, so I just inject, and then inside that component, so this is a component. Okay, and in this component actually there is a event actually on init, so override on init event. So it is calling actually first time while this component load. Okay, so on initialize async and non-initialize, we can use both. Okay, so inside this whatever our service will call and get the data, we can show pass it to here. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply first we have to create uh, you know that property like list of blocks. Okay, similar we have to call that view model. We have to create a list of view models. Okay, and this view models, what need to do, we have to just create a method so that we can call that service and get the data. Okay, just for example like this. See, let me bring that. Okay, see, I'll create a method load, you know load blocks. Okay, and this load blocks, what we are doing here, just this product service call, and that product service has a method of that get all method. Okay, which is returning list of blocks. Okay, and this list of blocks, what we are doing, we just converting in the block view model, because this is an entity model. Okay, so we have to convert to block list, and then block list we have to pass it to here, and the binding of the parameter like here, that's with the help of at the rate blocks. Okay, so this is done for this input. Okay, so yes, that is done, and finally this should be called inside here. Okay, inside here, that's it. Okay, and one more thing we have to do, we have to that visible and not visible, right? So we have to pass also that parameter, like okay, once it should be visible, when it should not visible. Okay, so we can create a one property, one field actually, private, or make it to like show card. Okay, make it to false by defaults. Okay, let me make it to booleans. Okay, false, and this should be true once the initial load. Okay, first time I want to true. Okay, and this property we have to assign here with the help of @. Okay, like for example this. Okay, so two things we have to resolve, like visible and that blocks, means and a list of the block. Okay, rest of things we have to do over here, but yeah, as of now leave it that part, because in this session only we'll cover that card list. Okay, we'll not doing any others event. Okay, but yeah, later on we'll do that. Till now, see, this is optional parameter, we can pass it, we'll not pass it. Okay, so that is done. Let me build it so that we can make sure everything is working fine. Okay, there is a one issue, let me fix it. Some bracket is missing. Okay, this is done. Let me build one more time. Okay, this is done. Now what we'll do, simply this block card event will use, okay, this is main component, block card component. This will use in our web application as well, also in our that Android, iOS, everywhere. Okay, so how we can do that? Simply, first I'll check in this web application project. Okay, so this is web application project. If you don't know how is we creating, so definitely I recommend go to my channel, and this is check that my first series of this MAUI Blazor app hybrid app. So definitely you will know that okay, how we can create that web application and all the application setup over here, all the platform specific. Okay, so go to pages, go to index, and here just comment that old one and change it to replace it to our new component. So what is the name of new component? That is name is a blog. See, a block card block card operation component. Okay, so simply just put it here, that's it. Okay, and let me start this project and see like how is the behaving as per expectation. It is it is showing the card or not, because I know there's a one issue, so that I am showing you like why that issue and how we can resolve this, because I'm expecting one error. Okay, so see there is a one error. So if I want to show you, just zoom in. Okay, so see there's a one error. So what is that error? This is error, let me F12 so that you can handle as well. Look, see, it is saying, let me zoom in. Okay, so see, in the shared component there's a iblock service. Okay, so we are using in the shared component iblock service, this is we have inject but we have not resolve. Okay, so how we can resolve it? Let me remove that. Okay, and see, this application, actually this Blazor application have a program.cs file. Okay, so we have to resolve our dependency over here, like that builder.services dot add singleton, and we specify iblock service and also implementation class. So what is the implementation class? Is a block service. Okay, that is done. Let me run one more time. Okay, now see, it is binding properly. Okay, also the event everything is showing us properly, but yeah, some image have some issue. Okay, so let me fix that image issue. Okay, because some style issue which we need to fix in here. Okay, in this application.cs file we have to put some, we have to manage that, uh, that card. Actually we have implement, some style, so that that style we have to replace over here. Okay, so how we can do that? Just need to put some style, that card style. Okay, so let me add some card style like this one. Okay, so actually this one what we are doing, just we creating a model. Okay, not this one actually. So but this one also required, yeah, but yeah, for that card and image, so this style is required. Okay, so let me zoom in. So see, where the card image which is I'm showing is 100% width and height, also that container 200 pixel and then center things. Okay, so let me run again. Okay, it still is there, but let me control F5. See, now is properly showing up. Okay, so that is we are expecting. Okay, so card we using a reusable component, and then we create a parent component, and that parent component we can use everywhere. Okay, so let me see, the web application is working fine. Let me see in our Windows and Android application as well, Android platform. So how we can do that same thing? So see, again here's a page folder, inside page is a index, and let me comment that old component, and let me pass to that one like blog CRUD operation. See, same component, nothing I do, nothing I need to do over here, just I need to pass this component, that's it. Same thing we have to do in this here, in the MAUI.program.cs file, just resolve that dependency, because if we are not resolving them, again we'll get that error. Okay, so builder dot services dot add singleton I block service to block service. Okay, that's it. Okay, and one more thing, I think we have to add some that style as well here as well, neither again that will create some problem. Okay, so let me copy those style. Okay, so let me paste here, because every style is a specific, right? So that's why uh, we have to do something for the web, and we have to do something for window and Android other platform. Okay, so let me start this application. Okay, and here just first we'll check in that window application. Okay, one by one we'll check everywhere. Okay, so let me check for window. Okay, see, still is same big things. I think there's a required some refreshment is required. Okay, let me clean and just rebuild. Okay, and run in the window machine, and let me see. Yeah, now see, our expectation is meet, so everything is there. Okay, so yeah, the card is loaded for here as well with this different menu bar. Okay, for window. And now let me check for the Android. Okay, now see, Android also is loading properly, the same design, same things. Okay, but yeah, as of now is it this event will not working because we have removed that event. But yeah, later on in the upcoming session we'll implement everything, like how we can insert, update, delete, view, everything we'll do. Okay, so let me see like the all environment, how is that working, like .NET .NET Blazor, okay, not this one. So yeah, so far we are good for this. I want to show you then one place for every all the platform. So that's why I'm trying to do, but in debug mode I don't think so. This is what is the application name. It is a MAUI app hybrid app. Okay, so MAUI app hybrid app. Okay, so this is that one. Okay, so see, this is window, this is Android. Okay, and that is pep. Where is pep? Okay, let me open in web. If I able to do that, yes, instant without debugging. Yes, see now, see, this is window, this is web, and this is Android. Okay, so see, one component, one reusable component I can use in mobile, I can use a window, I can use in a web. So far what we have done, see, we have created the project setup for this, web, Android, Mac, iOS, every, for the every platform. And also we have implemented this shared component, and inside shared component we have implemented card list. Card list reusable component also is the main component which is really used for this all the platform specific. Okay, so now in this session we'll add things. Okay, that add implementation. So what need to do, so first actually we have to create one shareable component. Okay, so let me create that one as a component. Let me add button. Okay, add add but add blog, or add button. Okay, so this is add, and what need to do inside this, we have to just create one button. Okay, like for example div, and inside div we have to create one button HTML. So just let me copy for the HTML investing of the time. Okay, so see, simply it is just a pure HTML button, and then we have to add some bootstrap classes, and then we have specify on click event. Actually this on click event we have to we have to create a callback function, so that whatever click event here in this child component, so that we can call in a parent component. Okay, so this will implement just little bit later, so don't worry about that. Okay, and just part is passed to the name. Okay, it is very simple. Then finally what need to do, we have to add then parameter. Okay, to implement that callback event. Okay, so let me create that callback event, then event callback, and then create that name as per our convenience. Create blog clicked. Okay, and then set is get set property. Okay, this is done. And finally we have to pass, we have to invoke actually. So I actually if we are nothing to back, okay, is there's a two way actually. This, if it is we have to passing some property, then we can invoke, or if it is not, then I think this also will work. But yeah, we'll follow that old approach. Okay, so let me create a method so that I can invoke private void and then create blog. Okay, okay, and then finally just invoke this method dot invoke async. Okay, if we are using async, so definitely we have to just use async await. Okay, let me add. Okay, see, that is done. Just simple as a add button, so that this add button component I can use for multiple place. So that's why I created separately. Okay, also one more thing we have to do. Let's say for this component, actually base this component, sometimes we have to show, sometimes we have to hide, so that's why we have to implement the check. Okay, at the rate, so that visible, so that this component can be visible based on this input parameter. Okay, okay, so let me just create a one property, one check. Okay, and then get it that input from that parent component. So okay, this is very simple. Again, just pass it to parameter. Okay, and this parameter actually just set as the property, so that public property, so that we can get the data from that parent component. So bool visible and then get set. Okay, done. This is done. Okay, so that add component has been done. Now we have to create a one form component. Okay, so that form component, so let me add one more component. Okay, to let's call it to create update blog. Okay, because create update we will do in this same component, because it is a reusable component. So once we use that for the create, we will use this component, and once we require to update, so we will use same component. Okay, there's a no major change, just little bit then here and there changes, so that will handle from the parent component, so don't worry about that. Okay, so create update blog component. Okay, and yes, that is done. And then what need to do, we have to just, instead of wasting time, just copy that style. Okay, and that's it. Okay, see, this is very simple. Okay, let me, okay, so this is, I think, some reference is required. See, it is asking me that using some directory, so you can just using microservice, Microsoft ASP.NET Core Component Forms. So let me bring that namespace, and once is bring the namespace. Okay, so see, it is straightforward implementation. It is just edit form. Okay, and inside the edit form we have to add then one model, which is will getting from UI. Okay, yeah, from the UI and user input, and then we have using a one on valid submit, so that once I submit, so this event will fire, and this event will file, this function will execute, and this execute function we have put some our business logic. Okay, and finally this is some style, like, okay, this is a div, we create a group, and inside group a one name label, and this one text box, so that user can able to give that a value, and this inside this value we actually trying to two-way binding. Okay, so this is a way the two-way binding in the Blazor, at the rate bind that value, and then you can specify your entity name. Okay, so similar, I just implement everything. Okay, and finally see, this is a button. Finally, as a we create a submit button, so that once I create, so it will submit, type of submit. So once I submit, so this function, this on valid actually will fired. Okay, and we'll also just create that that implementation. Okay, we'll create a callback function here as well, because this is a shared component, so don't worry about that also. Okay, so let me create that. Okay, so first, well, first we'll have to record one model. Okay, so this model, so let me change it to uh, blog. Okay, and then change it to, or just blog model, name it to blog model, and change it to here as well, change it to here, change it to here, and change it to here. Okay, okay, this is done. Then finally, what need to do, we have to create some callback function. Okay, so first, no, first I'll create this blog model. Okay, so let me add that parameter. Okay, input parameter, and then that blog. Okay, so where is our blog? Like public blog, or we have a view model, I guess. Let me check that view model, how many properties over there. Yes, id, image, everything is there, right? So yeah, we can use this same blog model. Okay, so public view model, blog view model. Okay, let me bring the namespace. Okay, and then what need to do, we have to create a blog model and get set property, get set, and just initiate of this new blog model, so that one first time will be empty for the create. So it should not null, it should be some, create instance of that blog model. Okay, and this blog model we have to replace to here, or we can just replace to this, to this. Okay, so that is first step. First step is just we have to create that model. Okay, so that we can bind that model, whatever model we are getting from that parent component. Okay, and then it's complaining something. Okay, we are missing something. Okay, that is done. And then we have to, you know uh, we have to call, we have to create that that event, that callback event. Okay, so create new, let me change that meaningful name, create blog clicked, or just create blog. Okay, create blog, or just create an update blog. Yes, create update blog. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, so just add in a property, input parameter attribute. Okay, and inside same things, just we have to create, that callback event. Okay, so it is just similar to that. Okay, so how we can do that, just simply just copy paste, or just copy paste, so that wasting of the time, just copy paste here. Okay, so yeah, just public event, and this is actually save clicked. Okay, so let me change it to save means that insert update both we can handle, so that's why I'm putting the name of save clicked. Okay, and once it's saved, then we have to create that method. Okay, then just change it to here. Okay, so let me change the name, create update blog, just change it to here, create update blog, and then update blog will invoke this save click invoke method and then our model. Okay, because this is our model, we have to pass whatever data we are trying to bind, we have to invoke this over here so that we can get this data from parent component. Don't worry about that, I'll once we'll implement, I'll show you. Okay, so this is done, so this section also done. Okay, and now it's pending, it's something complaining actually for data validation. Okay, so okay, just wait, we'll update. Okay, we have to change this name as well. Okay, this is also for the validation purpose, so yes. Okay, then also I think there is a name, description, and url is there or not, we have to make sure. Okay, it is image url. Okay, let me change it. Okay, then what else pending? It's pending, see, this is done, and then what is pending? Yeah, okay, this is also need to change to image as well, and this is also pending. Okay, so similar things we have to just create a callback event for cancel so that I can cancel, I can create a cancel. So let me cancel clicked, and similar things we have to do, just cancel block and cancel click to invoke it. Okay, so this is also done. See, the complaining has gone. Okay, and now finally what need to do, just also we have adding actually some validation. Okay, so Blazor allow give us to data annotation validation. So if you want to validation, so definitely what need to do, your view model, so whatever your view model, so we have to some data annotation validation we have to put over here. For example, okay, for example, like just required. Okay, once you required, just ping the namespace. Okay, so see, namespace, so this property would be required, so user cannot add those field without any empty or null. Okay, so such kind of things we can do that, don't worry, just add for as of now. Okay, okay, that is fine. And then go back to our component. Okay, shared component, create block. Okay, so far we are good, everything is done, only except one. So what we have to see, this component will actually will use for create and update both. Okay, so that's why we have to use some input parameter so that we can use it is a create or update. Okay, so let me add one more parameter. Okay, for example, the string parameter, just string, and this could be a title, not title, it is could be yeah, just title, this is fine for title. Yeah, and then just add the rate title. Yes, so as the input we'll get the title and we'll show over here it is insert or it is update or it is insert or update. Okay, so this is done, and one last thing we have to pending over here, that visible. Okay, so this component need to visible and hide based on the condition. Okay, so that, so every component actually this facility should have, so that we can use this reusable component, so that any parent component actually based on the parent component condition, we have to show and hide. Okay, so let me copy this one again, copy these things and just name it to visible. Okay, so this is done. Visible. Okay, it's complaining. Yeah, it is complaining because it is string. It is not, should not string, it should be boolean type, because we are using as a property boolean property. Okay, so this is done. Now we have to implement this two component in the parent component. Okay, so in the last time we have used that card component. Okay, and now we'll use these two components. So first we have to show add on the top. Okay, so let me add this component. The name is add button. See, this is add button, and this add button accepting, there's a few parameter. Okay, so first visible. Okay, so let me add that visible. Okay, and then is a click event as well, block click event. Okay, create block click event. Okay, so this one also done. That's it. Okay, now what need to do, we have to implement this callback function, this event. Okay, so how we can do that? It's very simple. First of all, we have to create that create block. Okay, so let me create a one method. Okay, private void create blog. Okay, and this create will what will does what will do actually, that create blog just show. Okay, we required some property, or just just view model. Okay, so here could be one view model. Let me create one more view model. Okay, for edit and for the edit or insert. Okay, so let me initiate actually that view model, blog view model, and then create update model. Okay, and then finally we have to set over here, and then what need to do, just set is to create an instance over here. Okay, okay, so that it should not null. Okay, so that is done, and this should be pass in here. Okay, so okay, this is that form things. Okay, so not this one. Okay, so this is done, so this is sufficient. Actually we have to create a once actually this button click. Okay, this button click, and just specify this event. Okay, create here. So what we'll do in this, in click event, so once I clicked over here create blog, so this should be fire, and this should be create instant of that create block, and this will pass to our that create update component. Okay, so don't worry about that, I'll pass it over here. Also what need to do, we have to show um, that component. Okay, let me add those component first, because without adding this one. Okay, also this visible. Okay, so let me add one more property. Okay, so that could be name show add button. Okay, and this add button you can just pass it to here with the @ okay, see, error gone. Okay, so this is done. So click event fire, so this just a simple click event, right? So means this is just a button, and this click event once fire, this method will fire, and this method we have to set, okay, which component we have to show and which component we have to hide. Okay, so in this case we have to show our no this component once I create once I click add button. So this block card will hide, and this card create update block component should be show. Okay, so that's why what we need to do, just show and hide based on this. Like, see, show card, the show card will be false because that grid will false, and then that will be show, like show button is false, that's fine, but yeah, that create update component. Okay, so based on the component, actually we have to set the all the variable based on the component. Suppose for the example, this block card. So block card we have created a one property, so that based on this property we can show and hide same things we have to do here, same things we have to do this create update. So let me create that one, that show create update. Okay, create update, and then by default set is a false. Okay, and now just call that component. Okay, the name is create update blog. Okay, and here we have to pass this blog model, and then click event. Also let me bring here, okay, that click event, and then save click, and also is a title, and also is a visible. Okay, uh, let me pass the parameter. Okay, okay, so see, this is a create update visible button, so that will need to pass over here. Okay, and the title also. Okay, so title, let me as of now just remove the title. Okay, we'll implement, don't worry about that. Okay, that model, so model also we have created. See, create view model, so just pass it to that model as well. Okay, and what else pending? Okay, cancel and save. Okay, these two method we can create over here. Okay, let me copy this method. Okay, and just change it to just, what is the name, it should be save, right? So let me save blog. Okay, let me change it to save blog. As of now just empty, we need to implement because we have to add some, we have to inject service, already service is there, we have to need to do add operation over here. So don't worry about that, I will do that. Okay, also that cancel button. Okay, so let me create another event. Okay, let me name it cancel block. Cancel block. Okay, let me add as a cancel. Okay, now see, error has gone. Okay, and now this is done. Okay, and one thing is pending actually. See, instead of this show and hide every property, actually we have to create one common method so that we can handle. Actually they are like all that should be reset. Okay, because there's a many property need to hide show actually logic. So that's why what need to do, we have to just create one method like reset reset visible, reset all visible, visible visible field. Okay, and then finally what need to do, whatever our that boolean property. Okay, so that boolean, or which one we have to need to you know set the initiated, so that also we can set over here. Okay, so what need to do, we need to just set is the false. Okay, so these three things is false, and also we have to set to blog one, like this blocks. Okay, so first time once I reset, so this should also should be null. Okay, so okay, this is just null, so we can just pass it to not null. Okay, so that is fine as of now. Okay, we can call this method to everywhere first once we actually just created. Okay, so we just reset. Okay, and what is the property we have to show, that we can show over here. Okay, so what property we have to show, we have to show this guy only. So this should be true, and we have to set this, we have to create the instance of this create block. Okay, so that is done, and now finally see the same method, actually this click event. Okay, so this click event, what we'll do, we'll use that model as a pass over here. Okay, in this same method. Okay, so how we can do that, let me implement that same method. So it's very simple. Again, just call to this one, not this one, this one need to do in the last. Okay, so first what need to do, we have to inject the service already injected. Okay, that service name is this. Okay, don't worry about that, that naming convention is not right, so we'll, okay, let me change it first. Product service to, this is service, not a product service, this is a blog service, right? So this is a blog, and just rename to everywhere. Okay, and then this service will call here, and then we have a method, create method, and we have to pass, and yeah, just need to pass this model, like whatever model we are passing, right? So this is model, so just pass for this. Okay, and see, it is complaining because this is not a right x parameter. Actually this is entity parameter, but we have, this is a model. So what we can do, we can just create you know where blog, just create a new blog. Okay, we can just convert actually. So let me add to create model dot id. Okay, and then name, create model dot name, and then what else, description, then create model dot description, and what else, like URL. Okay, so then create model dot URL. Okay, that is done, and just pass it to block to here. Okay, so that is done. So save functionality also done. Also there are cancel functionality need to implement. So how we can do that? So let me implement that cancel. Nothing we have to do. Okay, so once create, see, this is data is created, but after that we have to show that now the grid also again, like once completed, then the grid should populate it again. So how we can do that? Simply again just reset all the value. Okay, reset here, and then finally load again that blocks here, load blocks, and then finally show the list. Okay, so which one we have to show? The card will show based on this here. Okay, oh, not here actually, this is the wrong place. Show card equal to true. Okay, and then finally we have to implement that cancel block. Okay, so cancel block, what I need to do? Simply again just reset. Okay, if I reset, and then after reset again just load this guy, loads blocks, and then finally show list. Okay, okay, these things fine. Okay, so simple, this is done. Now let me build the application so that we can make sure if everything is fine. One thing is pending, that title part. I'll cover that one also, don't worry about that. Okay, see, build succeed, there's a no issue. Okay, and then finally already actually the our application actually we using that that block card, so nothing we have to do. Let me run in the Blazor application, web application first, and the debug, start without debugging. Okay, so see, okay, but that add button is not appearing. Okay, so that is a problem. So let me fix that issue, like why is add button is not appearing. So where is that shared library? If I go to here, so yeah, first time show button is files, so that's why it's not. So that's why what need to do, on the initial level we have to true as well, like two component we have to initial level to show. Okay, so let me, I think it's automatic a hot reload. I don't know hot reload is we will succeed, like it is succeed. Let me run again, or let me just start that project and run this application directly with the debugging mode. Okay, see, add button is there. Okay, also card list is there, so let me click. Okay, so see, once I click, I am able to see the that form, and then put some image, the fake image, and then finally click. See, the data is there, but the image is not right. So let me take this image, copy image address. Okay, let me add one more time. Let me refresh first. Yeah, then check that image. Yeah, the image is fine. Then check is a duplicate. Okay, and then this and duplicate describe. Okay, let me create. See, this is duplicate one, it's created. Okay, but one issue, see, once I created, okay, create, but again that add button is gone. Okay, so let me fix that issue. Okay, there's a issue, I guess. Where is the issue? That show hide actually the creating a problem. So See, this onload is fine, but after once I create and save, it is not loading again. So that add button always will show. So add button, what is the name of that button property is there. That always actually after click it should be show actually true. Okay, let me save. Let me check again. Okay, now add is there. Now go back, but again it's not populating. Why it's not populating? Let me figuring out. Like this save. Okay, this save and then also cancel. Sorry, that cancel also because I just did cancel. Okay, so let me refresh. Okay, now add back. See, it is there. Add once this and just add. Okay, the name is gone, so let me add some fake image name. Create. See, still is there. Okay, so this is working fine for this uh, Blazor application, web application. So let me test with this window and Android. Okay, so let me add here. Just set up this one and let me run the first is window. Okay, let me add this. Okay, see, add button is there, but yeah, there's some additional we have add functionality in this window application, so that's why it's populating here. Don't worry, I'll just remove this one. So let me check the functionality is working or not. Just add and then put some name, this, and then fake image and create. See, that is creating. Okay, and let me add one more, this and then fake image. See, this is old one, this is new one. Okay, so that means it is working fine. Also let me check that back is working. Yes, back is also working. And also see, back is working with this here. And yeah, so we can remove this extra examples. Okay, and let me check in this Android as well. So let me change to Android. Okay, finally it's building complete and deploy. Now it's loading. See, that add button is there. If you scroll up, okay, there's till EF we have data, but yeah, if we want to add, so see, add button is populating something we have to add like this, and we have to fake image. Okay, create. So once you create, definitely you will able to see that. See, this is there also, that things is there. let me let me check that back button also working is not. See, the back also is working. Okay, so let me show you the together means all the application is together, like how's that. Okay, whatever is deploy in here, so we deploys MAUI Blazor application is the for window. Yes, so this is the for window. Okay, and for web me try that 5266. Yes, this is that one. Okay, so let me show you. Yes, the both, like this is window, this is web, and this is CC. This add button, add, and this add. Okay, so everything is working for window, web, and here also. If you check that validation part, so see, the validation part also is working. Validation part also is working if you empty. Okay, same for that web also. See, Okay, so that is done for this. Definitely this video will take a little bit long because there's a many functionality actually this for this ad, right? So but yeah, in the upcoming session that we'll implement edit one, view one and delete one. That could be not long because we already covered that, that event function, input output, everything's right. So that's why it will not take some more time for implementation. This is so far we are taking this example in this project. Okay, there's a three project at a web assembly. There is a MAUI Blazor Hybrid App for Windows and other platforms. Okay, like Android, iOS, Mac, Tizen, Windows. Okay, so and this is shareable component. Okay, so let's get started. Like that, in previous session. Okay, so we covered actually, see, we covered that add button, block card and create button. Okay, so now need to implement that edit functionality. So how we can do that? Now first we have to go in our main component, main parent component. Okay, so in edit also we can use this, same component like which is we create for, create and edit. Okay, this reusable component will use for edit as well. Okay, so how we can do that? It is very simple. First of all, what need to do, see, in this component, this is a title section. So now in for the create title we have sending to for create, right? But here what need to do, we have to pass that instead of create to it is a edit. Okay, so for change it to here, like we have to change or dynamically pass the data based on this, click event. So first click event of the edit one, if you go to block card. Okay, so see, there's a edit block click event which is we already actually invoke, or we have create actually invoke method, so that I can call, or I can implement that whatever ID get from the child component to parent component and we can use that. Okay, so let's implement that one first. Like uh, visible, let me break down. Okay, so there's a no that edit block, so let me add that one. Okay, not here actually, that card block, sorry, the card block. See, I have that edit block event. Okay, so let me implement that one and let me put some name like, edit block. Okay, and this edit block actually we have to call back function which will get that input, no, that ID. Okay, so let me create that function, private void, then edit block, and then pass it to integer block ID. Okay, and now what need to do over here actually, okay, so we have to call, one service on this edit click. Once I click edit, so I need to call a service and get pass this data and filter the data, and after that data we have to pass to that, create update block reusable component. Okay, so it is very simple. Like we have already inject our service, so let me call this service. Okay, this service dot uh, get by id. Okay, and passes the id, and once I pass the id, what is the return type? It is return type is a block. Okay, so let me store a variable, local variable like blog. Okay, and once I get, okay, it is also asynchronous method, so I need to put some async await. Okay, so let me get this data. After that, what need to do? this data I need to pass to our this model. Where is our model? That passing model is that create update model, right? So I need to pass into here. Okay, so let me pass to like that. If you directly add this one, so definitely it will complaining, just because this model entity is a different, and this type, actually type of the model entities are different, and here's the difference. So what I can do, I can just create new block model. Okay, and then assign to as a id to id. Okay, block.id, and then description, block.description, and then let me bring the code in the new line. Okay, so let me image of first of name is to name, image URL to image URL. Okay, I guess, yeah, URL. Okay, so let me format this one. Okay, so this is done. Just the main entity, domain entity changed to here. There's a many way to change, but yeah, I just use shortcut like over here. But there's a very standard way, like imapper or others things we can use it. Okay, but yeah, as of now, we for the demonstration it is fine. Okay, and what need to do, I need to just show, like once I click edit. Okay, so once I click the edit, I get the data and assign this model, and this model definitely it will go to here, this create block, and then I need to show that that model, means that reusable component, that create component, but others two I need to hide. Okay, so this one and this one need to hide. So where is the two things, like show button and card list. Okay, these two things need to hide, and that one is show. Okay, so show for that, so like this that. So what I need to do, just show create update button is true. Okay, and uh, apart from this I need to hide everything. Okay, so there, where is the all the reset code? So this is the method we can reset all the other component, okay, together, and then whatever we want to show, so I just put on over here. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, and okay, it's complaining somewhere. Okay, there is a name changes, so that's why it's complaining. Okay, so edit block and this edit block. Okay, so that's it finally. So it will hide this one, hide this one, hide this one, hide, and this one also hide, and only just pass this data and then hide and then show. Okay, that is done. Okay, one more thing we have to do, this is just once you click edit, so it will just data populated on this, this reusable component, like create and edit one. Okay, but after that there is a need to do something on the save model, because initially we have to use for create, save is a common method, right? So I just save only the, for the new block edit, for the new block, but I need to handle this save mechanism to edit as well. So how we can do that? Simply, like once I get this model entity, so based on this model entity I can differentiate, okay, this is add or this is edit. Okay, also we can get it by this button as well, like if it is show, okay, sorry, not this one, yeah, this one, show create update flag. So based on this flag also I can identify it is a it is a edit or it is update. Okay, but yeah, there is a many way, so we can do whatever you want. Okay, so let me create a one condition. If this model, okay, if this model has a id count greater than 0, that means it is edit. Okay, it is edit, else it is a add. Okay, so these two logic we have to put over here. So whatever edit functionality we can use over here, edit. Okay, uh, no, this is add one, so let me remove from here and put it to here. I actually put the wrong place. So yeah, this is edit functionality. Okay, so simply it is a new entity. There is a no 0 in this id, so that means it is a new entity. It is a fresh entity for the insertion. So I will, okay, this is a add condition. So okay, not here, I actually here I need to put that condition. Okay, so let me remove from here, put it to here, save blog. Okay, so put here. Okay, else also just close that bracket, also remove this one. Okay, so this is edit functionality, so we don't need to do anything over here, just get the data, convert it the model and reset and show. That's it. And then in the save, on the save click, like where is our save click, like see, this is a block card. Okay, in this block card has a save functionality, not a save other. I think here in the create update component, here actually the save method. So in this save method, when I click the save, so that time its edit will we do a different service will call, and add for different service call. So for add we need to call a create async, and for update we need to call update one. Okay, so let me call the service update. Okay, and where I will get that entity, I will get the entity which is create update model. Okay, and once I pass over here, see, again I need to convert. See, uh, this is expect first is id, so where I will get the id, I can get id from here. Okay, and second one is entity. Okay, this is a block entity, but here is a view model entity. Okay, so again I need to just convert. So very simple, like blog entity, entity, and then new new blog. Okay, and here just convert again, then id to id, like create model.id, and then author to author. Okay, I think there is no author, so remove that entity just for example. And description, then finally name dot name, and final url. Okay, image url. Okay, that's it. And then just need to pass over here. That's it. Okay, also we can use await and async similar to here as well. Await async. That's it. Others, rest of the condition will be remaining the same, like same whatever condition, based on the condition, if it is edit, and if it is not, it is a greater than 0, less than 0, then it will add. Okay, otherwise what they are doing, it is just normal condition, like it will reset all things. Again, load the blocks and just show the card and show the button. That's it. Okay, so let me build so that we can make sure whatever we implement, everything is looks good or not. Okay, so let me zoom in. See, succeed. So our build compilation is perfect. There is a no error. Okay, so let me first check in the web application. Okay, let me run without debugging, and let me check like, okay, this behaving is correctly working or not. So let me click and edit. So yeah, once I edit, but yeah, still we have to change this title. So apart from this title we have to change, and also this need to change to create to update. Okay, these two things need to change. So let me check that functionality wise it's working or not. So let me put some additional things in this here and just create. Yes, so see, it is working fine. Okay, so what need to do, I need to just change to this guy to for edit click, right? So let me go to that edit click. What I need to do on edit click, just I need to pass it is a update block. Okay, that's it for this. Okay, okay, stop editing, and this is done. And other is that forms. Okay, so let me check that also, like here, here, right? So here also just create only, right? So what I can do, I can create another parameter inside this, reusable component. Okay, what the name should be, like parameter, and create a property. Okay, and the name should be as a string, and this could be a button label, submit button, or submit submit title. Okay, so submit title. So initially we will pass it as a create. Okay, so we don't bother about that. Okay, initially it would be a create, but once I change it, once I manipulate this one, so this one will be changed. Okay, so how we can do that is very simple. Just copy this name. Okay, and go to your main parent component here. So let me add the submit title as well and pass it to the title name is, let me create another property over here, private string submit title. Okay, by default it's nothing. By default is nothing. Okay, and let me bind over here as well. Okay, and then what I need to do, I need to bind based on the edit click. Okay, so where is our edit click event? So this is our edit click. Here I need to pass as a button name update. Okay, that is done. So let me run one more time and see it is working or not as expected. Okay, let me refresh, click on edit. So see, edit block, update block is there, update also is changed. Okay, let me change something, C# to Angular or just Blazor. This is a this is session of Blazor Hybrid App. So let me update this one. See, changes done. Also we just click on add. So add also, like, see, the previous thing is over here, so need to, once I click add one, so that time also I need to change these two things. Okay, let me fix these two things also. So where is our add click? On the add click and add button, like this is that button. Okay, here I need to just change these two things to here again, this one. So this one should be create one. Okay, there is other way also that we can handle is very easily, but yeah, for this demo perspective I am just doing like this way for the shortcut. Okay, also it is create. That's it. Let me refresh. Okay, click add. It is create a new blog. Let me add something. Okay, it is there. Once I add it, so it is update, it is update. Also I can just update to Angular. This update, Angular update. Once I click again create, so see, that is expected. Okay, and similar function, let me check. Okay, in other platform as well, like in our Android, Windows as well. Okay, so let me run first window. Okay, so set as the starting project and also just change it to window machine. Okay, and let me run the Windows application. Okay, now it is a Windows. Okay, so let me just resize something, resize little bit. Okay, so let me check in Windows also working fine or not. Let me first edit. Okay, yeah, it is populated. Also just update block and update button with, and let me change to Angular and change it to something. Yeah, it is changed. Also let me change here to 123. Yeah, this is also changed, this is also changed. And also just check to add functionality also remaining same or not. Yeah, it is remaining same. Let me add something. Yeah, this is added. Okay, edit also there, edit or add also there. Edit functionality both are working for Windows and here. Okay, let me open that uh, let me open in here as well, Android. Okay, so here Android as well. Okay, let me open window one as well. So so that we can actually compare, or we can do for the all the platform together. Okay, so let me little bit. Okay, so this is Android. So let me check Android as well. Like click the edit button. Okay, here just add to 1 2 3 4 update. Yes, it is working. And let me check the current functionality. Edit one also, see, create new blog, add create button also. Let me add something, new blog, new description and new image. Okay, create. So let me scroll down. Should be add. Yes, see, the new blog is added. Okay, and similar we can edit also. We have edit this 1 2 3 to, for example, the old changes as well, other changes update. Yes, see, so for Android also working fine, Windows also working fine. Okay, and the web also working fine, right? So yeah, so this is very simple and straightforward things. Okay, so let me just recap what we have done. Okay, so that you can understand, like, okay, might be something I'm missing, so you can just understand. Okay, very simple, nothing I have to do, nothing I need to create another component, just whatever component we have existing. So we have existing as a create update block command component. So in this component also nothing we have to change, just we have add some title things. Okay, the one title things I have added, that's it. And all the changes we have to do in our parent component. So parent component, just we have add this edit click event. Okay, in this main block cards component. Okay, and here I create a one event, click event, edit block. So if you go scroll down, say edit block, here just get the pass the id. Okay, based on the block id I get the I call the service, and service actually returning me to that current block based on the id. Okay, which one we are trying to edit. So once I get it, that I just just you know just converting to main entity to view model entity. Okay, means domain entity to view model entity. And then finally I just create that property of the create form title and submit title, just put that some name, and I'll just reset and just show that our component. That's it for this edit item. Once I edit, so definitely actually once I click edit, so this pop-up form, this form will appearing with this those data. Okay, and once I click update, so that time actually I handle, then I modify the save button, save event. So previously it was handling only this condition, like add condition. So but here just we have to add, put one condition, like if this block edit model actually have some id more than 0, so that means it is a edit operation. Okay, so in this case what we will do, we just convert whatever the view model to our domain entity model and pass it to our services. Okay, this service will actually update in our database, and similar for add also. And finally just reset, load again block, and show the card block and show the button. Okay, so this is so far we have done. Okay, so see, also update and update. Okay, so we already actually created, see, we have already created the add button component, we have created now card, reusable card component, we have also created that add update block component, and this is the main parent component. Okay, so in this main parent component actually we have to call this all the child component. Okay, and based on this actually we have trying to implement that CRUD operation, and these things we actually use in our web application. There is a web application as well as we have used in .NET MAUI application, where actually allow give us to platform like iOS, Tizen, Windows, Android. Okay, so let me actually first what I need to do, I need to create one component, that confirmation reusable component. Okay, so let me create that component. So let me create a reusable component, name as it confirm. Okay, confirm, just add. Okay, so here what I need to do, I need to create a one model. Okay, so one actually just style model, where I can show that yes no button and yes no click event. Okay, as like we saw in the demo, right? So let me just copy paste somewhere, just a style, it is just a style. Let me zoom in. Okay, this is very simple and straightforward, design. Like first I just create a class in this div, and then I showing as a header as a confirmation deletion, and then I am asking just in a one message like are you sure want to delete. And then after that actually we have to just create one other div where actually I need to maintain just delete contact and cancel contact. So the delete, once you get the yes, so this click event will fire and it will delete. It will call that delete functionality and it will delete from database. Okay, and cancel also just close that pop-up, and that's it. Okay, so how we can just need to create a click event, I already explained in many videos in previous session. Okay, so just I need to create a callback function. Okay, callback parameter. So let me just copy paste on that. Okay, so see, this is a I create a click block event, event callback parameter, input parameter, or just is it's called as output parameter actually, because we have to need to invoke this method. Okay, so how we can do that? It's very simple. Just to just create a method over here inside this below. Okay, this is a click event. Just whatever method you want to invoke, just create over here, and whatever callback function you just need to just invoke, and if you want to true false whatever things you just pass it to over here. Okay, so in this cancel I want to pass this true. Okay, and if it is, I don't think it is required, but yeah, just for the example you can just pass it to the parameter as well in the inbox side. Okay, so later on we'll see like if it is really required, so we'll keep it, neither we'll remove it. Okay, I don't think it is required. So same things we have to create for delete click event. Okay, so let me copy that one also so that I can avoid writing a code. Okay, but it is, I'll explain as well like why I'm creating. Okay, so again see, this is a parameter attribute set, and also just create a property event callback for this delete block clicked. Okay, for this one, and now I need to create again another method where I can just invoke our clicked event callback event. Okay, this similar. Okay, just delete event, just invoke it. Okay, nothing I am to passing over here. Okay, so that's it. Okay, it's just running mode, so let me just stop that. Okay, so component is ready. One more thing is missing. For this component will be visible or hide, so that condition also missing. So let me call out that function or just implement that condition. Okay, at the rate if like visible, and just to, okay, and then similar I need to just pass the parameter. Okay, so that whatever input for the parent component I can just use, and based on the condition I can show and hide our component. Okay, this is a straightforward things. Okay, still is okay, it's a running mode I guess. Yeah, so let me close whatever running. Okay, let me close. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so component is ready. So now I'm moving to the parent component. Okay, so here is our parent component, block CRUD component. Here I will use that component. Okay, that child component confirmation one. So how we can do that? It's very simple. So let me use that confirmation like that confirmation. Okay, and see, once you try to confirmation component, it will ask actually that need to implement those click event. Okay, so first up click event. Okay, as of now leave it that. Also delete event, leave it that, will implement also visible. Okay, This is a input parameter. So okay, so that's it for this calling. This is a way to calling your component. Okay, and now what I need to do, it's complaining, I guess. Yeah, yeah, it's complaining because I'm not mentioning this event, I'm not creating this event, so that's why. So for visibility, first I need to create. Okay, so first I need to create one field for the which is actually hide and show this component. Okay, so let me create a name like as a boolean property like show and confirm. Okay, make it by default is false. Okay, and just use this one to enable visible component property. Okay, so this is done, and rest two things need to implement like cancel click event and delete click event. Okay, so it is very simple. First I'll create a cancel click event. Okay, so let me create a one method. Okay, let me just first minimize or collapse. Okay, okay, so let me create that name void and method name is cancel delete. Okay, and in here what I need to do, cancel delete, just I need to just that whatever pop up. Okay, so that pop up should be false. Okay, and delete item should be 0. Okay, so let me create one property of delete as well. Okay, because that delete id we required over here in this parent component, so let me create that property as an integer delete block id, set is to by default a 0 or just leave it as of now. Okay, the two things I need to just false. Okay, so I have another method where actually we have to maintain that all the reset property, right? So what I need to do, I need to add those two new property over there as well. Okay, so confirmation is false. Okay, and as well as the delete block. Okay, the delete block also should be 0. Okay, so that's it. And now what I need to do, just call this method to here. That's it, nothing I have to do. And yes, that is done for that cancel. Okay, and just call this method to. Okay, I think just a wrong name, cancel delete. Okay, let me copy here and paste it to here in this cancel event. Okay, and one is pending, the delete click event. Okay, let me implement that one. Okay, so what need to do, I need to again another method we have to create. Okay, and just create a method. Okay, just create a method void and just delete blog. Okay, and here I will call this method, just cop method mention over here, but what we'll do inside this method, I need to call one service. Okay, and that service will handle the delete event. Okay, so what is that our service, our service is we have already injected here block service dot delete and pass to that id. Okay, where is our id, here is our id. Okay, so delete id, so let me add this id. Okay, don't worry, I'll show you how we can set this property as our delete id, delete bullet id. Okay, So just pass it to here, and also this is async method, so just await and async, already this method of async. Okay, and what need to do, just call this method. Okay, after just reset everything, after delete functionality call, just delete from the database, then reset all, and then again that call this load blocks, so that after delete, our that card list should be refreshed. So this is a refresh method, so again it will call to db and get the all the updated, latest blog list. And finally, what I need to show, I need to show the card list. So card list property, which is that card list property, this is the card list property, so that need to show like that. That's it. Okay, and now what I need to do on that delete event. Okay, so where is the delete event? On here, in this here actually, in this card block. Okay, so here is the edit block, as well as we have another click event which is we create in card reusable card component. Okay, so the delete block command event. Okay, here I will get those uh, data, like that which data I want to delete, so that id will get this in this event, which is I already, I create a click event and pass it to id. uh, I would like to show again this block card. Okay, in this block card, see, this is the delete event. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, so delete event. Okay, and here, see, I just pass to id, and this id I just invoke it, and I can get from the parent component over here. Okay, so that delete event id I can get it. Okay, just simply I need to create a, that method, whatever, confirmation. So based on the confirmation, I just create another method like private void, like, show or delete confirmation confirmation. Okay, delete confirmation event, and in this event what I will get, I will get a id. Okay, so like blog id, because which is we have to invoke in this child component, so I will get those id from there to here in this parent component. Okay, so this id I need to set in the in here, in this id. Okay, which is we created. Okay, so uh, whatever user will edit, or whatever delete or click on the delete button, so we'll get that id and will assign to here. Okay, and what I need to do next, I need to show, see this, by default the show confirmation is false, right? It is false, so what I need to do, I just need to true, so that this component visibility can be true and it will appearing. Okay, that's it for this delete confirmation click button. Okay, and which is I need to pass over here. It's very simple. Okay, that's why I especially recommend, please watch my all the previous session, then you can better, digest and understand, like, okay, how we can create those event and the child component, and how can I use that parent component. Okay, and then finally, in this confirmation dialog box, I need to call our delete event. Okay, so delete the delete event. Okay, just call to here. Okay, that's it. See, error has gone also. Okay, one more thing actually I need to do, one style. Okay, so if you observe one thing, like, see, again go to that, confirmation reusable component. So see, this is a one dialog box. I mean, this is a one class actually. So this class, if I not applying any style, so it will show in the page level. So let me show you, so that you can better understand. So let me run this application as a web application. Run first as a web application. Okay, so that we can understand whatever we done and we can easily to digest. Okay, so see, this is edit delete button. Okay, and once you click delete, so it is appearing, right? Because I already applied the design, so that's why I supposed to I'm not applied, but yeah, I think some of the session I just applied, I just forgot it. Okay, so don't worry about that. So let me try if it is no. So see, everything is gone. Okay, that means something is a problem. Okay, let me rerun again and try to delete as well, because no is not working properly. So once I yes, yes, on the yes it is working fine. That, so see, I want to delete that MAUI one. So yes, MAUI is gone, Angular block also gone, this one also gone, and this one also gone. But yeah, no button is not working. Means in the confirmation, if user denied is not working. Why it's not working, let me figuring out. Okay, so let me go one more time as a component. Okay, and here that cancel button. In this cancel button, what I did, I just reset all field. Okay, and in this reset all field, what I reset, let me check. Okay, so I don't need to reset actually the all the stuff. Like see, that show card button, it's need to show up, because I just hide everything, but I need to hide everything but only just show to the show card. Okay, so let me the show card also is true. Okay, and what I need to do, I need to call actually this functionality need to call after reset. Okay, so let me run again. Okay, okay, so let me run again and check it. Like it is no, it's also working. Yes, no also working. See, once I know nothing is impacted, but once I delete, it is delete. Is it delete? It is delete. When I know, it's nothing impacted. Okay, so yeah, that is perfectly working fine for this web. But yeah, let me check for the Android and MAUI. Sorry, Android and Windows. Okay, so how we can do that? Just run this to Android. Okay, select this Android, select this project. Okay, and that Android, and you can just direct run this with the debugger, but I will run it without debugging. Okay, so that our application run this you know uh, multiple device. Okay, is deployed successfully, and now it's appearing on the upper application. Okay, and let me try in the delete functionality on the Android. See, confirmation dialog is there. If it is no, nothing happen. Okay, it is same thing. Okay, once I delete, so it should be delete. Okay, let me delete from top. Okay, C sharp. I just delete C sharp. So see, C sharp is delete. My Angular also delete. It is also delete. Okay, so delete, it's working for here. Okay, let me open to window machine. Okay, let me run is without debugging. Okay, let me side by side I'll show you. Okay, so yeah, that web also working fine, Android also working fine. Now let me open the windows. Okay, so it is also here. Okay, let me scroll and let it set to the screen. Okay, okay, so here is a window. Also let me check that windows also delete functionality is working or not. Yeah, so no is nothing happen, but once you delete, yes. So see, all the place it's working fine, all the place it's working fine, all the place is working fine. Okay, so that is done for this session, and next session we'll implement that view how we can implement that view, so that once I click that view, I can get that details of that blocks. Okay, so for what we have add component, card component, confirmation component, and create update block component. Okay, so what need to do, we have to create another component that is called actually view component. Okay, so that need to create it. Okay, so let me create the component name as a block details. Okay, because that is a block showing as a block detail. So block details. Okay, just add. Okay, now what need to do, we have to just just pass some HTML. Okay, so that we can just render. So for example, see, this is a actually that component. Okay, so this component, what we have a card. Okay, single card which have contained the image, and also which contain the title and the some description. Okay, and also that back button. So this style we have to implement over here. This is very straightforward. HTML you can get from there as well, like in a bootstrap. Okay, so let me get from there. Okay, so see, this is simple HTML, straightforward HTML. So we have div, and we have to set as a container, and inside the div we have actually another div just is showing as a row, and inside the row we have to set some columns. Okay, this column and column, actually we set this 8, and then after that it is a card. Inside that card we have that those image and this body. Okay, and in this body, in this card, body have a, in this card has a, that image. So this is a image style, and this is a body, and in this body actually there is a uh, three things we are showing, right? So name, author name, also description. Okay, this is very simple, don't worry about that. We'll show you how we can fix these issues, because this just pass as an input from the child parent component to child component. So we'll implement that one also here. Okay, so let me fix that one first. Like first what need to do, I have to create one parameter, okay, as an input parameter, so that I can get those data from the parent component to child component. Okay, so parameter. Okay, we have to set attribute. Okay, let me name it parameter. Okay, and create a one property. Okay, the name is view. Let me check whatever we created in here, same view model will take it over here. Okay, so in previous session we actually created one view model. Okay, so see this block view model. Okay, let me pass it to over here, and just for here I actually required some namespace for this model. Okay, and just we have to create that edit block. Okay, let me pass it to edit block. Okay, or also you can just pass it to the naming convention, follow the naming convention. So because if you create the property, so it should be not a camel case, it should be Pascal case. Okay, so let me refresh everything from here. Okay, okay, there is some property mismatch, so we have to fix that one. Like we have author, no, we don't have an author, so we can just remove this field. Okay, just demonstration perspective, like whatever you have a model property you can just bind over here. Okay, it's just a concept like how we can achieve that. Okay, it is a image URL, so pass it to image URL, and the description and name, that's fine. Okay, as of now we have, if you go to this model, so see we have this image URL, name and description, right? So those things we have to pass only. Okay, so this is done. Whatever input will get the parent component, so we can get it over here and we can set it over here. Okay, this is one thing we have done. Now another thing is I need to that back button, right? So there's a another thing is a back button. So we have to create that callback event so that we can invoke over here this event and we can get the event from the parent component. Okay, so let me copy that code as well for the style actually. So this is same style. Okay, so this is the same whatever style, like see, this is a back button. Okay, or also just mention like okay, the blog details basic and also this button. Okay, the two things over here, like one is the text field and one is the click button. Okay, so this is a click button, and in this click button we have to create a callback function over here. Okay, so how we can do that I already created and already explained in my previous session, so you can watch and understand and how we can do it. But again I'll explain, like simply what I need to do, I need to create a parameter. Okay, and this parameter, what I need to do, I need to create a property, and this property actually for event callback. Okay, and just mention a name like back to blog clicked. Okay, whatever name you just mention, just yeah, you can just mention it. Okay, this is simple, you have to set, and then now you have to invoke. Like how we can invoke, it is very simple, like just create a private private and then void, because there's a no return type, and just pass it to whatever method you have to call, just call to this method back to blog list. Okay, there's a no parameter we have to passing, just what need to do, we have to invoke this event. Okay, it is very simple, invoke async, that's it. There is a no parameter, so we have not passed anything. Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is done. Callback function also we have created, and we just remove this extra things. Okay, so this is also done, this is done. One last thing is pending. This component, it should be visible and hide based on this flag. Okay, that's property also we have to create it over here. Okay, call it to like name is a visible. Okay, so prop boolean property, and that's call is a visible. Okay, visible, so that this visible flag, based on this visible flag. Okay, one more thing we have to specify here is this parameter, so that parent component can send the value from the child component. Okay, this is the attribute actually we have to mention, and then it is allow, actually it is ability to parent this component to call the parent component to send the data. Okay, so let me just put them then that condition. Okay, it's very simple, like if thread if the visible flag is true, then it will show, otherwise it will not show. Okay, this is very simple concept, this is very simple approach, but yeah, we can do many approach to do that, like component hide and show. Okay, so as of now this is fine. Okay, so let me call this component to our parent component. So how we can do that? So where is our parent component? See, this is our shared component, and this is our parent component. Here, see, I everything, there's a many component I called. Okay, so like add component and card component, everything. Okay, so now I need to call that component like blog details. Okay, and in this blog details, actually see, there is a three uh, three field we have to pass over here, like first of just click event. Okay, so this will implement just a bit. Okay, and also we have to pass whatever that model we have to pass. Okay, whatever model actually we have to just once they click get the data, and those data we have to set over here. Okay, then one last things we have to set the visible property. Okay, so that's it, don't worry about that. It is complaining some error, but we'll fix it. Okay, so one by one we fix first. What I will fix first, I will fix for this input parameter. Okay, so whatever data we have on the click event, we'll pass it to over here. So where is our uh, that edit button click? So that edit button click we have in this card component. Okay, so see, we have, if you go to the shared card component. Okay, so let me open that shared component. See, there's a view click, there's edit click, and there's delete click, delete conversion click. Okay, so this click will get the ID, and based on this ID, we'll have to get the data from the service, and those service we have to bind in our view model, and we have to pass to our that component. Okay, so this is a concept. Okay, so let me implement that view click first. Okay, so let me call is a view blog. Okay, let me call is a view blog. Okay, let me implement this method for and the last. Okay, now here we'll implement that method. Okay, okay, so how we can do that? It is very simple. Again, just create a private method. Okay, just void, because we have not returning anything. Okay, and just mention that method, whatever we method, just to mention in our in this our card component. Okay, that is a called a view block view. And this, see, this view block method, see, this is we are event callback, we have just pass input parameter as a no, we have pass as a one parameter like integer parameter. Okay, so those parameter we have to mention over here like integer id. Okay, and those id, based on this id I can get a service. Okay, so where is our service? Our service has a, we have a service called is this block service. Okay, which are returning the data. Okay, it's have the method of get block get by id. Okay, and mention the id. Okay, whatever id we will get. Okay, and what is the return type? It is the return type is a block. Okay, so see, once I store where as a blog. Okay, so this is an entity, actually this is an entity model. Okay, but we have to pass an our component as a view model. Okay, so we have to just convert over here. So what I need to do, I need to just convert these things. For example, here like we have that view, this is a list model. Yeah, see, this is a create model. Okay, so we can use same model, because this, see, this model we have to pass over here, right? So see, this model we have to pass like a block view model. Okay, so we can use same things. Okay, so once you call this service, okay, so once you inject a service and then call this method, it will returning actually the blocks. Okay, based on this id. Okay, so whatever id you passing, you will get that entity of the entity model. Okay, but what I need to do, I need to convert to view model. Okay, because our component, okay, this component actually expect the block view model. Okay, so that's why what I need to do, I need to convert this to here. Like see, we have already a one example. Okay, not this one, like already we have to, while trying to save, not save, actually we have done similar things in here. uh, just let me get that example. Okay, so if I go to edit blog, okay, so see, we did similar kind of things over here. So let me copy over here, just we paste it over here. Okay, same things we have to done over here, just converting. This is just converting things. Okay, we have convert. Okay, and now what need to do, this need to call, this need to call over here. Okay, like with the at the rate, because we have to pass a model, so we have to pass the at the rate. Okay, so this is done. Okay, and now what I need to do, I need to create a click event. Okay, so that click event actually that go back to over here. Okay, so that I need to create over here another method. So let me call that method. Okay, so let me call, or we have already have a method like cancel. Yes, we have a cancel method. So same method we can call over here. Okay, or you can just create another one, but yeah, ideally we have to just cancel so that we can just cancel and go back to over here. Okay, so let me call this one, and then last things we have pending, the visible. Okay, so we have create one more property over here like private bool and show uh, blog detail. Okay, so let me set is false. Okay, and this we have to pass over here as a input. Okay, so that is done, error has gone. Okay, so this cancel I need to verify one more time, like cancel it, just reset everything. Okay, and then finally load the blocks and then show the cards. Yeah, that's fine. So that is done, and then finally what I need to do, okay, there's a some mismatch the property, so we can just set it to whatever the property we can exact match that blog dot. Okay, it's complaining just because actually I just call a service, but it is a async method, so we have to set as the await async. Okay, that's why it's waiting for result actually. So let me description, then image, everything is fine. Okay, and finally what I need to do after this view call, so see, I get the block, I just convert it to it and then just pass to component, and now I need to do just no reset the all, you know those all whatever the previous no, no component is visible, so we have to reset all the component. Okay, so that only show our visible component. Okay, so what I need to do, whatever I add new property, just add in our reset method. Okay, so here is our reset method, so whatever property I just reset first. Okay, so this is reset, and then this is have to call in your edit call. Okay, so one is then, and then finally what need to do, I need to show that reset property, whatever that component visible and height. So this show details one I have to show over here. Okay, so let me show that method. Okay, so that is done. Okay, these things we have to do that only. Okay, so don't worry about that, we'll recap again. So let me run first, or let's see the whatever I expected behavior that is we have achieved or not. Okay, so let me run in a debug mode. It's running. Okay, now I just first I am checking in the web application. Okay, so there's a view button, just click view. Okay, that's fine, component is loaded. Okay, also there's a back button, if I click, so yeah, back button also working fine, one I click. Okay, so yeah, that is absolutely our expected behavior, it's working. Okay, so we have to check similar kind of things for all the environment. Okay, so let me just stop again because I just run in this debug mode. So if I one more things, actually if you want to open all the environment in together, so what you need to do, you can just open application in without debugging mode. Okay, so for example, see, this is our web application project, Blazor web assembly project. So right click on that, go to debug and start with without debugging. Okay, so that all the application will open, okay, parallelly, means together. Okay, so first I just need to close whatever old demonstration application, just need to close first. Okay, and this is a new one. Okay, so yeah, everything is gone. So now this is our new one. So yeah, let me check. Yeah, it is working fine. So let me open again. Let me open then desktop application first. Okay, so how we can do that? See, whatever project you have selected, so it will select over here, and then you just click on this button. Okay, let me zoom in for you. Okay, so set your environment. So this is a window machine, and then this is a button. It is asking to start without debugging. Okay, so let me open without debugging. Okay, so this is opening. Okay, and let me check. Yes, it is working as a window as well. Okay, let me open the last one. So is a Android. Okay, and it is also have option like start without debugging. So let me open that one also. Okay, so we have two, and third one we just trying to open. Okay, let me stretch to small so that I can just fit. Okay, now that also opening actually. So see, now all the environment is running in my machine. Okay, so this is window, this is Android, and this is web application. Okay, so let me check everything's together. Okay, first I am checking in window. So yeah, it's working fine. Let me check another one, like MAUI one. Yes, it is also working fine in the Android. And let me check in web application. Now it's also working. Let me check in the back button. Yeah, it's working perfectly. It's working perfect. It's working perfect. Okay, so let me recap what we have done. Okay, so that you can just understand. Okay, and okay, so first we have just created the block details component. Okay, it's have just as a style at the back button. Okay, and we have just a style card style, so that we can just populate and show the data of that particular block. Okay, so that is done. Also, this click event, we have to create a callback event so that we can invoke over here, and we can get that event from the parent component. Okay, so this is just a definition of that. Okay, and also we have to require some input from that parent component. So this is one input for model, view model input, and also the visibility flag. Okay, so these two things we have to set over here. Okay, and then go to the parent component. Okay, in this parent component, what we have done, we have to just set our our component call over here, our usual component call in the parent component, and it's just whatever callback method we have to call over here, and we create a method over here. Okay, and also this is an input parameter, and this is also input parameter flag. Okay, and this one also we have already created over here. Okay, we have to just to assign the data over here, but in the show block we have just created. Okay, by default it's false. And if you go to the implementation of that, that uh, that on click can on the on the view click. Okay, so yeah, one more thing we have just added in this parent component, actually the card component in the child. So we have already invoked in the card component. Okay, so on the view click we can get the data. Okay, whatever the data passing over their card component, so that data, that ID, we can implement over here. Okay, so that ID we can get, we call the service, and we just binding the service, which convert to entity to view model, and just reset and to our component. That's it. Okay, so thank you, have a nice day, and please don't forget to subscribe.